Hey, so yeah, things are a little crazy on the boat right now. I gotta deal with this in a minute. I've been off the boat for a week. I had to run down to Eugene, Oregon to take care of a few things, and picked up the last of the parts I've been waiting for to finish off this solar thing. And I'm back, and the boat is a nightmare. I'm gonna take a quick walk around so we can see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna clean the hell out of it. My son Evander is coming back tomorrow. He's been up in Canada getting his passport taken care of. I tried to go deal with mine, but it was going to cost. I wasn't going to be able to get it before I came back, and then that was going to necessitate another trip. And so I'm doing it a different way. There's a place in Seattle where you can get it the same day, so I'm just going to go there in a couple of weeks and deal with it at that time. Yeah, so the boat, man, what a journey it's been. I don't know when the last time I made a video was. It's probably been a couple of weeks. I We had a crazy oil like explosion thing happen. Uh, the the oil filter got a hole in it, and it sprayed oil everywhere, and it pumped like 4 liters of oil into the bilge. So then I changed it, which was incredibly difficult to do because the heat exchanger was like pushed into the filter. And so getting it out was incredibly hard, and getting a new one in there was hard. And then I couldn't get it seated enough. So then it just spewed another 4 liters of oil into the bilge again. This had me, I'm in like polluter's prison up in Port Townsend. I got the cloth boom stretched around the boat in the back, and diapers in the water everywhere, sucking up the oil. And um, they were really cool about it. They kept saying to me that they really appreciated that I was trying to handle things the right way, and I was just doing everything that needed to be done. I appreciated that they were just providing me with all the like call them diapers. They're these white absorbent pads that don't absorb water, but they do absorb oil. So there we filled the slip around my boat in Port Townsend with them, and had a cloth boom behind. Um, Evander and I spent days manually just like getting the oil out. I destroyed 2 pumps, 2 stick pumps, sucking oil out of the bilge. And then, of course, there's just oil all over the place in there. So it's, even though the water isn't oily, little water comes in, washes a little bit of oil residue off. Bilge pump pumps the water out. That 1 or 2 little drops of oil look like a crime scene coming out of the boat. So we scrubbed it and scrubbed it and scrubbed it. And I've been doing more of it yesterday and today. The vast majority of all oil residue is gone. But even so, every once in a while, a little drop will make its way in, and then it goes, it's just a nightmare. Anyway, that's an ongoing project. Still trying to just get rid of all the whatever oil residue is still on like the sides of the bilge or whatever. But that caused me to learn how to change the oil on this Perkins 4107 motor. Cosmo, the guy I bought this boat from, is a friend of mine. He's like the greatest human that's ever lived. This man is, you know, some people say good as in like, yeah, doing fine. Good and opposed to bad. Like he's a good person, he's just, man. He came, it must have been a 3-hour commute from where he lives to where I was at Port Townsend. He came out like at nighttime and helped us with the motor till like 1:30 in the morning or something like that, and then drove home. And then like 2 days later, he came back and helped again with the fuel system and the man. I was in a pretty scary spot up in Port Townsend where I'm stuck in a slip. I can't get the boat out of the marina because of the oil situation, but I can't afford to just stay there forever. Parts were hard to come by. No one was available to help me, and I didn't know what I was doing. And it is not an exaggeration to say Cosmo saved us. So it was just amazing. But the upshot of that is that now I not only know how to deal with the oil, um, and he cut the bracket on the heat exchanger so it's no longer pressed up into the oil filter, so hopefully this problem doesn't happen again. But he also showed me how to bleed the system, change the fuel filters, and bleed the air out of the system, which is fantastic. Because this boat has a second tank on it, another 2 diesel tanks. So I want to get some diesel in the second tank, switch it over, bleed it, switch it back, and then I'll have significantly more diesel storage on board. So got to get that done. But oh yeah, so sorry. So after dealing with the oil situation that had to be like 2.5 weeks ago now, I think, I then had Evander had to go up to BC to get his passport, and we delayed that because of how bad the oil was still. We were anchored out in Liberty Bay and scrubbing it out, but was afraid to put it in the marina. It's now fine. I'm in a marina right now. I'm in the Poulsbo marina. I'm in a 30-foot slip in a 40-foot boat, but whatever. I'm here for 2 more nights and then getting back out on anchor. Evander will be back tomorrow, and he's bringing his brother and sister, my 2 youngest. They're coming for a visit for a week. So I have got, like, I rented a car in order to go to Oregon to pick up all this stuff that we needed. And then, before I returned the car, I went and did a provisioning run. So there's all kinds of like freezies, and you can see there's just all like fruit bars and dried fruit and applesauce and all the things that the little ones like. I've got to get it all like situated, and the boat is crazy right now. So I'll walk around with the camera so you can see. But Evander found mold under his bed right before we left, so we've had to throw away some of his bed, using air quotes, is made up of a few layers of like foam mattress toppers that are cut to fit the V-berth, and then he has a fitted V-berth sheet that's way too big that goes over it. And that bottom layer got moldy, and then that got on the fitted sheet. So we aren't leaving as soon as they get here. We're gonna stay and wash that stuff with some bleach, kill the mold, redo the V-berth, and then he'll be good to go. There's still a bunch of my stuff out here because I redid my cabin. The oil incident got 40 weight oil and diesel just all over my bed. Not all over it, but all along the part of it that is closest to the engine access hatch that's in my cabin. And that's the hatch that you go in from. It's like over the transmission. Like you're standing over the stuffing box, and you reach in and you can get to the oil filter that way. And so, yeah, I mean, there's still oil filters underneath my bed. I've got to get it dealt with. Laundry, just everything. Everything needs to be fucking dealt with. So, I'm going to deal with it now. I'm going to clean up, get us ready to go, so that when they arrive tomorrow, we can get back out. I don't know what Uriah and Satori want to do. It was Uriah's birthday today. He's turning 11, and he's coming down tomorrow, and they'll be here for a week, 6 days. So we need a night, an extra day in the slip in order to do the last of the laundry, and I got a fresh water tank flush that I want to run through the water tank here and flush it a few times. It's no good. When you do dishes, you then have to take drinking water from a bottle and rinse the dishes because the fresh water smells bad. Even when you just put water that doesn't smell, put it in the tank, within a few hours, it smells bad. So we're going to flush the tank a couple of times with the flush. Then we're going to flush it a few times with just clear water and try and get it all as pleasant as possible. Also, I have a water maker now, so we can be refilling the tank while we're on anchor. But we're going to have to run the generator in order to do that because it draws 600 watts. Although, maybe if I can get all these solar panels hooked up, I'll have so much coming in that maybe we don't have to run the generator. We'll see. But, yeah. Having a boat and living on it full time without owning a vehicle anymore or having anywhere on land or anything is very challenging. in a lot of ways, but only when you need something. If you don't need anything, if all you need to do is hang out, there is no better place in the world than being on this boat, you know? Uh, and being in Puget Sound, we always need something. Like our time here is when we figure things out and accomplish projects and get things done and learn how to do things and whatever. And then that time will come to an end and we will leave. And I'm hoping that then we won't need stuff anymore. I mean, sure, something will break and you need a part, you need to fix something, of course. But the passport stuff will all be done. The registration stuff will all be done. All the things will be done by then. There should no longer be a need for hotel rooms and car rentals and taking trips, and we can just drop the anchor and relax. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to get this boat. I want to get all the paperwork done. It's already going to require at least 2 more trips in rental cars on land, maybe 3. But I need to get all of that stuff done. Then I want to get this boat with Evander and 6 months worth of dry goods on it down into the Sea of Cortez, where we can just sail upwind and downwind for a few months and just learn and practice and get good before we head south. I want to get down to Banderas Bay and further south. I want to get down to Panama. I really want to spend a bunch of time in the islands on the Pacific side of Panama, do the canal if I can scrape together enough money, and then spend a bunch of times in the islands on the Caribbean side of Panama. Yeah, we'll see. But this boat isn't going to clean itself, and it is filthy. So I'll show you what I'm dealing with here, and then I need to get to work. So there you go.